So welcome back to DC Silver Age Storytime, and today's story comes from Action Comics number 307, published in December 1963, with story by Leo Dorfman and art by Jim Mooney. Now that the maid Kara, known on Earth as Supergirl, has exchanged rings with the groom Tor-Ann of Argo City, I declare them husband and wife for all eternity. Ha! Now to tell my darling bride that I was Krypton's worst criminal before I escaped from the Phantom Zone, and that I married her to revenge myself against Superman. You're worse than Cruel? Jeez. Ha! Supergirl thinks I love her. If she only knew I'm marrying her to get revenge on Superman. How happy I'll be as Tor-Ann's wife. My telepathic powers sense that man is evil, but if I warn Supergirl, she'll think I'm jealous. The great day is here at last. After a whirlwind courtship, Supergirl is about to marry the man of her dreams. It looks like a perfect match, the beautiful superheroine and the handsome Tor-Ann, who also has superpowers. Will the Maid of Steel be happy with her handsome groom? Read the startling story of Supergirl's wedding day. So we open at some kind of a celebration where the mayor, because he is being influenced by mentally influenced by the prisoners in the Phantom Zone, asks Supergirl to create a huge cosmic fireball. They've been shown to be able to do this in the past, but to people who are susceptible. Create a cosmic fireball with glowing rings whirling around it at super speed. That sounds exciting. I'll do it at once. So she goes out there and she does as she's asked, but apparently it opens a path from the zone. So Tor-Ann gets through, and he plans to go to the Fortress of Solitude and get the Phantom Zone projector and release them. The robots there are no match for him, but one of the robots manages to smash the projector, foiling his plan. Your escape has been foiled, my Phantom Zone friends, but I have another, but I have another idea on how to get revenge against Superman and Supergirl. First, I must seal the bottle of Candor. I'll use the electronic parts from these robots. So he threatens to kill them if they mention anything, and then we get a background on Tor-Ann. Apparently, he was doing forbidden experiments and transferring Kryptonian brains into monsters. For your ghastly crimes, you are condemned to the twilight dimension of the Phantom Zone because there was no death penalty on Krypton. And I will tell you, there have been worse crimes from these criminals. All right, sentence me to the Phantom Zone, but someday I'll have my revenge on all Kryptonians. And the time for vengeance is here. I'm going to bring eternal disgrace on your heroine, Supergirl, and her cousin, Superman. So he's going out in Midvale, and he sees this fellow and can tell using his X-ray vision that he's entering the city to take a position as a school teacher. So he uses this bullseye lantern to hypnotize him, and I don't know why he just doesn't kill him. Then he takes him to the police station and assumes his position as the school teacher. Why, Linda, this bouquet was sent to you, such exotic blooms. I've never seen anything like them. I can't understand it, Mother. I recognize them as flowers from the planet Floridar. I wonder who sent them. Wait, I'll read the card. A secret admirer. How thrilling. Who can it be? Where did he get these magnificent flowers? Lovely one, I adore you. If only I dared speak my feelings. But these flowers say what is in my heart. Secret admirer. So later she gets another gift, which is a cape or... from Lystrum, another planet. My dearest, I've roamed the universe, and many beauties have I seen, but none like you. If only I were worthy of you, your secret admirer. Another message from my unknown admirer. He must be someone out of this world to obtain such rare gifts from me. But why does he say he's not worthy of me? So later she's at school, and Tor-Ann is teaching, and he talks about how it is scientifically possible for a city to survive in space with a bubble to enclose the oxygen. He drew an exact sketch of Argo City where I was born. It's probably only a coincidence. He's a brilliant scientist and handsome too. I wonder if he could be the one who... No, it's impossible. That drawing made her think, now I've got her hooked. I'm ready for the next step. So he asks Linda to stay afterwards, and then... While doing an experiment sets off an explosion, but he uses his breath to put out the flames and smashes the embers with his bare hands. You're super! Yes, I'm super too, as you can see from my costume. All supers must wear super costumes. Or should I say Supergirl? Then you know my real identity. So you must be the one who sent me the rare gifts from which could only be found on distant worlds. But who are you? Where do you come from? I must know. I am Toran, a native of Krypton. Please, Linda, let's change to our super identities and fly off somewhere where I can tell you the rest. So they do fly off, and he has a fake time machine and then a helmet that will kind of give his backstory, although the same thing happens that happened like a couple stories ago, that the helmet is giving fake memories. So he was also claiming to be on Argo City. Zor-El just saved his child from the coming destruction of Argo City. If only I had the scientific knowledge to save you, my son. I would refuse to leave you, father, but apparently he does. Goodbye, my son. I must save you in spite of yourself. So, he drugged him and then put him in. So he flies off to another planet with a yellow sun. Again, none of this actually happened, but decides he wants to, because this planet has no crime, he wants to go somewhere where he can fight crime, and he sees Earth. Great, Krypton. My telescopic vision has revealed a super being on that planet just ahead. She looks so familiar. She reminds me of someone I once knew. I was a lonely wanderer yearning to meet another super being like myself, so I came here to find you, Supergirl. You said I reminded you of someone. Who was that? So he shows, and it turns out it's his mother, or her mother, and the sight of her mother causes her to swoon, so he leans down to kiss her. Kara, my dearest, what have I done? Speak to me. But this is all part of his plan to try and make her affectionate. He called me Kara. That's my old Kryptonian name. Then he remembered me, too, after all these years. Toran, I must go now, but I'd like you to meet my foster parents. Why not join us for dinner tomorrow? They'd be glad to meet someone else from Argo City. I'd be honored to come, Supergirl. So he comes along and demonstrates that he's also super. Great Scott, he just glanced at those dishes and they dried. He must have heat vision. He's super. That's right, folks. There's something I'd better tell you about our guest. So she goes and explains the whole thing about him being Toran. Although much older than Supergirl, Toran doesn't show it since no one ages well in the Phantom Zone. So he again passionately kisses her. Ha! The silly fool is falling her for his romance act. He's got her head spinning. Here's a gift for the parent of the loveliest girl in the world. This fluid I developed will take 20 years off your age. I didn't think they were that old, but they now are younger, but it is a trick. It will only last a couple weeks. And he also suggests maybe he'll make them super. Then you'll marry me? Oh, darling, name the day and make it soon. I can't wait. We'll be married at the end of the month, dearest. I'm the happiest girl in the world. There's something wrong with Supergirl. You know, she's dating Dick Malvern. She's dating Jero. We'll get into it more later. According to the old Kryptonian custom, I must offer you this box of fire crystals in return for your daughter's hand. Those glowing gems are the most valuable in the universe. But how could you sell them? I'd almost forgotten that lovely Kryptonian bridal custom. So she's out doing a super feat, lowering this bathysphere, and she's so wrapped up in her own thoughts that she starts taking it way too deep. Supergirl, this is your friend Jero from Atlantis. Be careful. You've got that bathysphere at a dangerous depth. Raise it at once before the water pressure crushes it. Oh, I was daydreaming. I'll take it to safe level immediately. But Jero tells her that he doesn't like Toran. He thinks there's something wrong, but he can't seem to telepathically read his mind. And the same with Superhorse. Again, Superhorse has negative feelings but cannot read his mind. Toran, dear, can't we wait with the wedding? I'd like my cousin Superman to be present. Of course, my dear. I'd be honored to have him there. I've been expecting this. I've already prepared plans to hoodwink her. So Superman comes along, but it's not actually Superman. She's talking to a chemical android I created. I used the robots I wrecked in Superman's fortress as a model. So he flies off. Kara, I would like you to use the fortress for the wedding. I'll arrange for the High Elder of Kandor to perform the ceremony according to old Kryptonian customs. Thanks, Superman. I warned the Elder to perform the marriage or I'd destroy the bottle city of Kandor. I'll go ahead to the fortress, dear. I want to make sure everything's arranged. So they arrive for marriage. Everything is ready, Mother. This is the jewel of truth and honor on which the bride and groom stand when they exchange their vows. How beautiful, my dear. In the name of truth and honor, I declare the marriage vows binding upon you from the day forward, throughout all time and space, even through eternity. So they are married. What a lovely ceremony. And now the wedding kiss to seal the vow. Kiss you, Supergirl. Never. I hate you and everything you stand for. I'm the worst criminal who ever escaped the Phantom Zone. I married you out of hatred and revenge. Gasp. As the wife of a criminal, you'll be disgraced forever. And since the Kryptonian law forbids divorce, your cousin Superman will always be related to a supervillain. That's where you're wrong, Tor-Ann. You see, you never married Supergirl. It turns out it's Saturn Girl. I am really Saturn Girl of the Legion of Superheroes. I used makeup and chemicals of the future to disguise myself as a double of the girl you thought you married. Therefore, the ceremony's illegal. I don't understand what's happening. I'm vanishing. So he's gone. So apparently, because Jero and Superhorse couldn't read his mind, they called on Saturn Girl. I will come at once. I will enter my time travel bubble. That's right, Saturn Girl. Our mental powers detect that Tor-Ann is evil, but he's put up a telepathic block to keep us from discovering his plans. Don't worry, my telepathic abilities are the most powerful of all time. I'll use them to read Tor-Ann's innermost secrets, although other villains have been able to fairly easily block her. Probing Tor-Ann's evil mind was child's play for me. I reported my discoveries to Supergirl at once. I've tuned in on him again. There's no doubt about it. Tor-Ann is an escaped criminal from the Phantom Zone. He used a Superman android to fool you. He's seeking revenge on you and Superman. But Tor-Ann has superpowers. If he discovers your plan, he may destroy you. I doubt it, Supergirl. I'll prepare a trap he can't escape. Come inside with me and take care of that super android he created. Actually, the Jewel of Honor on which Tor-Ann stood was a time travel device which I created secretly at super speed. The controls were tuned in to the ring which I gave Tor-Ann. As soon as I stepped off, the jewel worked the controls so that he was whisked into the future. Tor-Ann is a prisoner in a cage somewhere in the future, and he'll wait there until Superman and I return him to the Phantom Zone. And he looks sad. I know you're heartbroken, dear, but you're lucky you found out in time. It was all for the best, Mom. Someday I'll find the man of my dreams. Yes, there's still a chance some of Supergirl's admirers like Jero, Dick Malvern, and Byron, whose hearts have been captivated by the beautiful Supergirl. Time will tell. I guess she just doesn't care about them. But Dick Malvern, he's kind of had it coming to him. He wasn't very pleasant to her at times. So anyway, that is the final story in the Supergirl Omnibus #1. And I'm going to take a break for a while and then go on to Volume 2.